Were you looking for the wrong vehicle?
Always.
Because my trash can is beeping worse than the bird in the freezer.
Those are the most likely to give birth to tornadoes. Good morning.
Good morning.
We're on the way over to Columbia to Lauren's endocrinologist appointment to see what's going on with her blood sugars, her blood glucose, to see if it's something we can stabilize or what we need to do to make it better for her. I'm guessing it's just feed her more often, but we don't want to feed her so much that she's gaining weight. So, like, because right now I feel like she's at a good weight. So we just don't know. Okay. So we are here, and there are tons of buildings all around us. You know, buildings.
I have found every number up to 8. We're trying to get to 9. I'm going to call and ask.
I love that you're man enough to call and ask.
I don't want to drive around traffic anymore than I have to. Yes, ma'am. I'm having a little bit of trouble locating the building y'all are in. I see Medical Park buildings up to number 8. Where do I go from there? Alright, so after getting on the phone with them and having them guide me in, the GPS was taking us to the complete opposite side of the hospital campus. This is kind of a big place. We're going to medical building number 9, and I think it goes on all up to like 20 or something. There's a lot of them here. Anyway, we're parked. We're gonna go find the actual office now inside this building.
Oh, wish us luck.
It shouldn't be too hard.
You said that about finding it to begin with.
Yeah. Were you looking for the wrong vehicle?
Always.
So it was a little hard to talk in the building there because it was just so busy. There's a lot of different offices and people coming in and out. So we've had lunch now and we're on the way back to town. I got to actually go into work for the rest of the afternoon. But I think Lauren's appointment went pretty good. So when it comes to hypoglycemia, there are more or less 2 types, right? There's the kind that's caused by a genetic actual condition, you know, something enzymatically wrong with your system. And then there's what they call reactive hypoglycemia, which is where your body doesn't do as well to sudden changes in blood sugar through just the natural processes of what your pancreas does to create insulin and all that, you know, medical stuff. So that's probably what's going on with Lauren. Her blood sugar is not getting so low that it would be, you know, like clinically low, like less than 40 or 45 or something like that. I think that was the magic number that she said. But the fact is, it is getting lower, and it's getting low really fast when it does get low, and your body just doesn't tolerate changing that fast, and some people tolerate it even worse than others. Lauren seems to kind of be in that camp. That's sort of the problem that Lisa has sometimes also, is her blood sugar will go high, and it's not that it's going high, it's that it's going high fast. Mm-hmm. It's not that her blood sugar gets low, it's that it's getting low fast.
I'll be in a good place, and then 5 minutes later, I'll be jittery and everything. I'm like, well, my levels are good. And I'll test again, and then zoop, it's
a totally different number. Mm-hmm. You know, not necessarily that it's high or low.
Tens.
Sometimes multiple tens.
Yes.
So we're going to follow up with a nutritionist here in a month or so.
Really, that's to help both Lauren and I figure out what will work for our bodies. And it's not so much you can just say, oh, you need to eat a healthy diet. It's not a matter of a healthy diet.
Yeah, healthy is a real soft target here, because, you know, you can eat lots of healthy foods and still be unhealthy because the healthy foods you're eating are not the healthy foods your body needs.
Mm-hmm. We have to figure out what works for us. And she goes, it's going to be different for everybody. Figuring out what you can and cannot eat.
And how much of it, and when, and how often, and all that.
I can't have, say, a peanut butter and jelly sandwich in the morning.
Or for lunch.
Or for lunch. Or for dinner.
Yeah, or really ever.
I don't tolerate it well, because I have it, and then I go high, I go extremely high, and then I crash down really to nothing. Low. And it happens over the span of 30 minutes or so.
Yeah, not very long
so
at all.
It leaves me exhausted and nauseated feeling. Like I feel sick after having it.
And it takes hours to recover from that big of a swing.
we've got to figure out what works for her.
Yeah. And so hopefully talking with someone who kind of does that for a living can help us figure that out a whole lot quicker than we could figure it out on our own with just trial and error, because the errors of those trials are just not fun at all.
And so, honestly, I'm hoping that I'll be able to talk to him a bit about me. I was able to talk to her a good bit about what's going on with me, and she, you know, understood kind of the...
Yeah, so we need to get you to an adult endocrinologist.
Desperately.
Yeah. All right, I gotta get back to work, so we need to start driving. All right, so we're finally home. It's a little bit of a drive. Yesterday, Lisa was going to vlog something curious that I noticed over here with our trash cans. We missed trash day. Totally forgot about it. It comes on Tuesday, and I just forgot to take them out to the street. Apparently, we've thrown out something that has an alarm in it, because my trash can is beeping worse than the bird in the freezer. Ew.
Put the trash can in the freezer.
Oh, gross. My guess is it's the smoke detector that we threw out. All right, so I'm getting ready to head back to work, since I've still got a couple hours left in the day. So Lisa didn't get a chance to pick up the camera this afternoon after we got home, just because a bunch of stuff kind of happened all at the same time. My trash can is still beeping. And one of those things that happened was we forgot that Terminex was coming this afternoon. So we had to kind of get everything ready for that. So because Terminex came in and out, I need to check our side fence gate and make sure it's shut good. We haven't mentioned it a whole lot, but Ian used to have a brother, Connor, who was a darker sort of reddish Chihuahua, and one day this gate got left open and he got out and was struck by a car. Around that time, Terminex had also come and serviced the area, and then we had a big storm immediately afterwards. Now, I'm not saying Terminex left the gate open. I don't know that, because I may have done it as well, because we come in and out of this gate a lot. But anytime anybody ever goes through that gate that's not me, I always like to go back and check it, because it was really hard having a dog struck by a car, especially one that we've had for so long. Connor was, gosh, probably 13 or 14 years old. So anyway, I always want to make sure that it's as closed, as secure as it can be, especially when there's going to be storms like there's going to be tonight. There's some kind of giant system moving through, and yeah, the skies aren't too bad right now, but apparently we're going to get a lot of thunder and lightning and rain and all that mess tonight, and I'd hate for the wind to blow the gate open and us not notice.
Okay. He's mad because his shoes are dirty. They're no dirtier than any other shoe. They're okay, honey. They're supposed to be like that. You want to tell them a secret? Okay, tell them the secret. I love you is your secret? Okay, that's nice. You all have a secret admirer. It's Luke. We are running out really quick because the storm's going to be here in like an hour, to pick up some totes to be able to put, what would other people call it? I feel like tote is very southern.
It is?
I think so.
There's all these things that I have just always taken for granted, that I come to find out are very regional words for things.
What do y'all call the plastic bins, like what Matthew's putting right here? I call them totes. What would you call them? Plastic bins, maybe? I don't know.
Plastic storage containers.
Yeah.
Lisa discovered as she was taking apart the school area, as she mentioned yesterday, homeschooling sometimes produces like a whole lot of material you have to do something with. And so the two totes that we got for the dishes and for the school stuff filled up real quick. So since we have a fair bit more of material that we're just not going to be using, I'd like to get something sturdy to put it in. Also, they stack well, which is important because why waste vertical space? Big lots! What a big lot of carpet. That one's bigger than ours. So this one's not as sturdy as ours though, but it has LED lights. Uh-oh, you got trapped by a Venus fly umbrella. How many toasts do we want? All of them?
This whole wall.
It won't be long before it's pool season.
I am so ready for pool. I'm beyond ready.
It's time to start skimming off the top of it so we can get the cover off soon. What? Is it birch beer?
It's birch beer!
Okay, well, load the cart up.
No, for real though. Oh.
That's a whole lot cheaper than buying it on Amazon.
Oh my gosh. We're done in Big Lots, and I don't know if you can see or not. There's some pretty dark skies coming. There's a really big system that's right west of us right now. You can't get the bunny rabbits? We're trying to beat it home, kind of.
Alright, so we've made it home, we've had some dinner, and we're just kind of relaxing watching the show. We've been enjoying this show on Netflix that's like Weird Wonders of the World or something. It's all kinds. It's a BBC series. And surprisingly, it's weird stuff I've never heard of before, which is rare because I love weird things. So while we were at Big Lots, we picked up a bag of beef jerky because Lauren has been begging to try it. And if she likes beef jerky, we could make that here, and that would be a good protein snack that she could have periodically. So I'm going to let her try a piece. So we've got some Bridgeford original beef jerky with Sweet Baby Ray flavored, which is a barbecue sauce that we like. So hopefully she'll like that. You can make jerky all sorts of flavors. All right, so this is just one flavor of jerky.
I've always wanted to try teriyaki.
Yeah, teriyaki jerky is one of my favorites.
I wanted to get it.
Well, it can be a little bit sweet sometimes. So, all right, Lauren, you want a piece of jerky? Give that a try. What you think?
Yum.
Okay, Olivia, you want a piece? Just take a bite of it. I mean,
you'll like it. Chewy, spicy, sweet.
You like it though?
Some more.
We don't want to eat the whole bag. Wait a second.
One more piece.
All right, all right. All right. So clearly this is a hit, huh? And so we've gone straight from eating beef jerky to sitting in the hallway because we're under a tornado warning. So yeah, this storm came on really fast, but hopefully if it's this intense, it's going to blow over real quick. So we'll keep a watchful eye, but in the meantime, let's take a few minutes and just be safer. Okay, that's actually kind of escalated quickly. There's a roaring noise outside, and I'm hoping it's just the wind of the storm, but it's kind of got that hollow sound that sounds, you know, stereotypical of something scary coming, but we can't see anything. I love all the trees in this area, but you can't really see any kind of distance, so even if there was light or lightning, you wouldn't be able to know anything was coming until it was right here. What a scary combination of words. And as if it couldn't be more ironic, we were actually watching on the show, they were talking about tornadoes and dust storms and whatnot when all this came up. You know, so I mean, we could be all super dramatic, you know, with really foreboding music and drums and stuff, but, you know, yeah, we're kind of concerned right now because we're sitting in the blind and just waiting for nothing to happen. And there's really nothing to show for it because it's just really windy and really rainy. Y'all haven't done your tornado unit yet, have you?
We're getting to it. We're going to start it today. And this is your tornado unit. Enjoy. Maybe we'll do school.
Yep, here.
Okay, since we're dealing with tornado right now, we might as well distract ourselves for a little bit. This isn't what we need to look at. Okay, this is better. It's like...
Oh my.
No. So what is a tornado?
It's a firework tube that contains strong winds, and it can pick up dirt, cars, and destroy many things.
The most violent thunderstorms that produce heavy rains and hailstones are called supercells. Those are the most likely to give birth to tornadoes.
We just heard a siren out there. I guess it was just a police car. Alright, so thankfully it has moved past our region, and right now I don't think anything has happened in our immediate area. We're kind of watching a live news broadcast of the area. They actually saw some hook echoes that were moving through the rain that looks kind of like a tornado, but I don't know that anything was, you know, conclusively spotted anywhere. So we're in the clear now, and the warning's been lifted for our area, and we're still under a watch until 3 o'clock in the morning or something like that. But that's half the state right now, just because these storms are really intense and they can form things pretty quickly. So we're probably going to finish our show and then do bedtime, and at least I'll just kind of keep an eye on things. Gosh, today was just kind of all over the place, wasn't it? That was really scary with the storms. It's hard to convey because there's literally nothing going on, but you know that there could be, and you wouldn't know it until it was. So, yeah, thankfully everything blew past and we didn't have anything to worry about here, but I know other places got a whole lot more intense wind and rain than we did. Afterwards, though, our evening took a turn for the little bit more serious. A good bit of tomorrow's vlog is actually already shot right now, and you'll see tomorrow, but let's just say I'm going to be having to call a doctor for Lisa first thing in the morning tomorrow. It's not real good.
So y'all, can you tell which eye has a problem right now?
Well, today's shout out of the day goes to Bella Boo's Lunches. She says, Tornado Tuesday was the craziest storm I've ever been in. In June of 2003, we had 67 tornadoes over a 7-hour period. One F1 tornado wiped out a small town. We get tornadoes every year, but that day was crazy and I'll never forget it. Although there were tons of injuries and lost farms and homes, not one human life was lost. I'll also say the scariest part was when it all started around 5 p.m. and since it was getting dark, you could only see a tornado coming when the sky lit up from the lightning. Mother Nature at its finest. Thanks, y'all. Yeah, what we went through tonight does not even hold a candle to anything like that. That's terrifying. I don't even want to think about how scary it would be to have something like that happening nearby. You know, we're worried about the possibility of maybe there being one nearby, but to have that many in that short of a period of time is just utterly terrifying. Well guys, I hope you've enjoyed today's video. If you did, please leave us that thumbs up, and if you haven't already subscribed, be sure to hit that button. Thanks for joining us today. Good night.
I don't know.
The actualization of the verb.
Nobody says that though, but us. I don't know.